Heavyweight tension always starts quiet, and Tom Aspinall just turned that hush into craziness. On Monday, he dropped an 8-second reel, a smirk, a wink, the caption, "Heavyweight news, coming soon." Nothing else. The internet detonated faster than a one-punch knockout. Half the comments swore it signaled the long-awaited fight with John Jones. Others guessed Stipe, Cyril, maybe even a surprise PFL crossover. Aspinall fanned the flames with classic British sarcasm. "Sorry, lads. The UFC will announce my fight. I'm busy defending the interim of the interim BMF belt." The joke stung because it echoed a truth. Fans are tired of paperwork championships. And if John's rehab drags on, the Londoner might decide to crown himself king without royal permission. Either way, his 8 words did more marketing than a full-color poster, and the timing hints the match sheet may surface before the weekend fades. But that wasn't the whole story. While Aspinall typed, Merab walked the streets of Jersey City with 2 crates of oranges. The clip racked up views not for the fruit, but for the vibe. The bantamweight champ radiated people's fighter energy exactly 1 month before his UFC 316 grudge match with Sean O'Malley. Hours later on the BYM podcast, Merab shrugged off pinky-toe doubts, the same tiny fracture Conor once blamed for a withdrawal, saying, "I still have 9 good toes and a dream." Across the country, O'Malley fired back with a training montage nobody expected. He sprawled over 4 crash pads as coaches dragged at his ankles, a stunt the caption dubbed the cheat code to take down defense. Each clip made the fans more excited for their fight. Yet the week's travel log only got stranger. Henry Cejudo boarded a red-eye to Kazakhstan and disembarked into an ovation usually reserved for presidents, traditional dancers, gold-rimmed bread, enough flower garlands to outfit a parade. Kazakh fans treated the Olympic champ like returning royalty. 2 days later, he squeezed into a rash guard and outgrappled former one flyweight king Kairat Akhmetov at a packed exhibition. The win reignited every rumor that Triple C craves a 3rd UFC belt, this time at flyweight or even featherweight. If Brandon Royval or Alexandre Pantoja stall the division, Cejudo's phone might buzz before summer's over. And what happens when a newly crowned champ lands on US soil with Central Asian hype at his back? Sponsors listen, managers negotiate, and opponents suddenly remember how much they disliked Triple Crown history. Still, the travel gods weren't so kind to everyone. Welterweight prospect Oban Elliott spent 8 weeks picturing a fistfight in Las Vegas. Then the embassy stamped "not yet" on his passport. Visa delays scratched his May 31st bout versus Ramiz Brahimov. In the same breath, the card reshuffled. Billy Ray Goff stepped in, Seok Hyun Ko stepped out, and Elliott accepted a quick pivot to Baku on June 21st. One paperwork hiccup changed 3 fighters' paydays and reminded fans how fragile matchmaking can be. Behind every octagon walk lurk background checks, embassy queues, and sometimes a border guard who just doesn't follow the UFC rankings. The ripple effect? Analysts now predict a backlog of international talent drifting toward cards in Abu Dhabi, Sydney, and yes, Azerbaijan. But logistical headaches pale beside the showdown brewing on reality TV. The reboot of Russian 2F promised fresh prospects and cool visuals. Instead, the premiere week erupted into a chair-swinging villa brawl that sent Nate Diaz storming to the airport. Showrunner Alfredo Auditor, self-styled CEO and combat sports dealmaker, took to Instagram, tagging Daniel Cormier and Chael with language that blurred the line between hype and threat. "Will you pull up or will you post?" he typed. Chael answered on his podcast in vintage American gangster cadence. "Cross that line again and Gilbert Melendez and I will fly over, collect receipts, and test international healthcare." Auditor clapped back, promising immediate, harsh punishment for any outsider who disrespected his turf. In a sport built on bravado, talk rarely tips into genuine menace, but this exchange nudged the border. Producers now scramble for security fixes, and viewers can't look away. Yet even that saga felt tame next to the week's darkest turn. When police lights flashed through BJ Penn's bedroom curtains, he hit record. The video shows 6 officers, 1 confused Hall of Famer, and a swirl of accusations. Hawaii police charged the ex-champ with family abuse harassment. His bail cost less than an octagon canvas, but the headlines cost him far more. For months, Penn's IG feed read like a thriller. Claims that imposters murdered and replaced his relatives, warnings about government agents lurking in plain sight. His mother finally filed for a restraining order, citing a rare Capgras-style delusion. Online, reaction split 3 ways: heartbreak for a fallen legend, anger over alleged abuse, and merciless meme-making. Even the promotion that made Penn a star remained silent, unsure whether to issue support or distance. As the court date looms, one question hangs heavier than any belt. Can the prodigy find help before the spiral deepens? Before we let that sink in, the internet served a palate cleanser. So where does that leave us? With an interim champ dangling heavyweight hope like bait, a bantamweight champ trading fruit for goodwill, and a former Triple Crown king parading through Central Asia, we saw paperwork sabotage a dream debut, reality TV threats escalate beyond the script, and a legend's life veer into unsettling territory, all inside 7 days. And if pattern holds, the next domino falls before you finish this sentence. Keep the alerts on because the heavyweight bombshell Aspinal teased could drop any hour, and history says the fallout will be anything but calm. Your move, fight fans? What headline do you think hits first? Let us know below. Smash that subscribe and brace for impact.